Hello guys, as you know, I will tell what I learned today in this video. And first, I translated the news, and yesterday I mentioned that why does criticism seems more effective than praise. We talked about this, and I translated these two paragraphs today. No, I started from here. And it's about we can see problems and misunderstandings can occur when we forget this. Forget what? Yesterday we talked about some person's performance. One day can be good, other day can be bad. But so we can, when we evaluate, can consider one player's performance. We should look at the whole season or whole the career. So if we evaluate and rate his performance, just looking at the last week's performance, we can have misperceptions. So that's the important. So if you forget this, we can have problems with evaluating someone's person. Actually, that was the main idea. So here you said you consider you rate someone's performance from 1 to 10. 10 is the best, and if you rate his average performance over past months or have been only 5 past months, it can be only 5, but it means recently his performance is not that very good. His performance is average, but maybe whole career performance is better than 5. So you need to consider this. This is so important to evaluate or rate and consider somebody's performance. I think that's all. That's not much information. There's not much information here. And here, actually, this is the important sentence. I forget that. Our minds, and it's many people tend to overrate, tend to focus on the importance and accuracy, the latest, most easily available and most prominent information. This means the performance is the closest performance, closest to date performance, and easily to available. If we can watch it and see it easily, it's also important for us. And prominent is important, valuable. If it is valuable information for us, actually for our lives, we overrate. Overrate means exaggerate, and we pay much attention to that. So that can make us evaluate wrongly. And when we put this together, we can see why criticism seems to work better than praise. So the main topic is criticism is better than praise, because when you praise somebody, that person think I am okay, I did something good. So that thought makes him a little lazier. But when you criticize somebody, criticize means you are looking for the shortcomings and faults, and you are telling him you have fault here, these are your shortcomings, so you need to handle them, you need to work on the shortcomings. So that person's start to think, yes, I have still shortcomings, so I need to work on them and need to handle them. So he will keep improving himself. That's the point. Okay, now we talk about the TED Talks. It's started from here. Yeah, from then to 10. I'm sorry it looks so mixed and they didn't divide as a paragraph. But I need to tell something about this. We was talking about the bacteria in our gut, and we was talking about the importance of fiber so important. So when the bacteria digest means when we eat food, that bacteria digest that food and we can took them in our blood, and he reached every point in our body. You can think like that. And they the bacteria produce kind of acids. That acids nourish means feed the gut barrier, means is gut wall, and improve, and we can say enhance immune function. So if we eat fiber so much, we can have strong immune system, and that bacteria also prevents inflammation. We can say it's a microbe, and we learned germs or something like that. And it's also reduced the risk of cancer. That's the important point. And the inner recent, actually this is the important sentence here. If we eat a lot of fiber, the bacteria that's eating fiber, their population increase so much, so they produce this thing. I forget that. There is a butyrate. It prevents being inflammation. Inflammation means iltihaplanma. So that's the important for us. We will see it in a recent study. The scientists, there in the sentence you can read that there are two groups. One of them South Africans, one of them African Americans. South Africans people eat high fiber diets, high fiber foods they are eating. But African Americans, they are eating fatty and meat heavy foods. And some scientists switch their food, and after 2 weeks the South Korean people, before they was eating the high fiber foods, but they started to eat fatty food, and they showed increased inflammation. Inflammation is iltihaplanma, I say it again. So their guts going to bed, and the other group in African American group, they start to eat high fiber foods, and their immune system and guts will start to be better. So we can understand fiber is so important, so we need to eat these things: fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, and whole grains, because these have fiber. So fiber is so important for us. We understood from actually this part. Actually all the text is about the fiber, I think. Okay, now let's go to talk about hobbies. Here at least there was a second ring the bell, and the Bilbo also thought he was Gandalf, because he was expecting Gandalf, and he get ready to himself. So you have got that here at last, this sentence. But When he opened the door, instead Gandalf, there was a very old-looking dwarf, and another dwarf come inside, and the door was open. As soon as the door was open, he hopped inside. He pushed inside. This sentence is same, just as if he had been invited, but he didn't have been invited. Actually, Bilbo doesn't know him the first time see him. So he said that, and the dwarf said, "I see, they have begun to arrive already," because he saw the dwellings. The dwarf come before. The dwelling has the green hood. You remember that? When he saw it, he said, "Oh, the other dwarfs also start to come here." And also he take out his hood, and his hood is scarlet. It means red hood, and hang next to the Wallen's hood, and say, author said, "Balin at your service," like this, like hand on his breast. And thank you. Bilbo said thank you in a gasp. Gasp means with a one breath. Thank you. But at the same time, Bilbo also in a shocked, because he didn't expect Balin and any other dwarf. He was expecting Gandalf. So it was not correct to say, but actually this sentence, "they have begun to arrive," here Balin say that sentence make Bilbo angry, because normally he liked the visitors, but he want to know who are the visitors before they come. He is right. Nobody like unknowing visitors, so he preferred to ask them. For example, first he want to know somebody, and then he invites him to his house to drink tea, something like that. And then we read that part. He get ready two or three cake and get ready the water. So suddenly he thought these cakes can run short, means run out, or when can be finished, can't be enough, something like that. So, and then that was his duty, because we read that part. Hobbits like the visitors, and they are serving to visitors very well. So this was the serving is his duty, and he stuck to it. Stuck means he handle this duty, however painful, whatever, how much it is painful, he will handle this duty, and he will serve these visitors very well. And he thought he might have to go without means here without cake, but other things he can get ready. And then he invite other dwarf come along in and have some tea. Actually, he managed to say, it means he hardly say that after taking a deep breath. Come along in, have some tea, like this. And the dwarf, and actually Balin says, "I don't like tea, I don't want tea. A little beer will be good for me, if it's okay with you." He means that I don't mind some cake, seed cake, if you have any. Here means if you have any bread and any cake, I would like to have one, it means. And people said directly a lot of, as much as you want. And he went to cellar to fill a pint. Pint means a big beer glass. And then he went to pantry to fetch means take 2 beautiful round seed cake. But this seed cake he had bake means fırında pişirme. He baked for himself till afternoon, and his after supper morsel. He was planning to eat this seed cake after dinner. To morsel means lokma. I couldn't understand this deeply, and I translated it as much as I could understand. If you want to see that, you can watch that movie, watch that video. That's all. Okay guys, this was a 3 video about English, others is Chinese. So I think that wasn't that important for you, because I am speaking English here. So you guys, I hope this video can help you and can motivate you. That's the most important. And I will put my 6th sign here, because I still didn't broke the chain. See you.